Jen, just what's the feeling for you and your team with this opportunity you have ahead on this road trip?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big opportunity. I mean, to just get ranked 25, so now it's a ranked matchup. So, like, all eyes is going to be on us with being on national TV and just going up there and just playing our hearts out. Like, we have nothing to lose. We've been doing it this whole year. I mean, what better way than to just keep on that train that we're going and to knock off some really top teams?
You guys have adopted the underdog mentality. Is that something you want to bring with you there? I know you're ranked now.
Definitely. I mean, even though we're ranked, we just made it. So it's like any opportunity we can to just increasing those rankings. And this is the time you want to be ranked. In February, late February, going into March, like those are the moments that you want to be ranked. So the fact that it took us so much a longer time to get back in it, but we're in it at the right time. Like I'm just proud of our success this past year. And yeah, just praying that we could just continue that these next 2 games and then the rest of the season.
How does maybe this year feel a little different than a couple years ago where, maybe some injuries were happening? This year you just seem to have more momentum, and how can that be, much can that be key going into March and late February?
Yeah, I mean, the difference is I guess we had injuries earlier, so I think we learned to kind of adjust to that, and now we know each other's roles. We know how to play off each other. We know that we're going to play a lot of minutes. It's no shock to us now, and I think we just thrive off of that. I think we just thrive off of people probably saying they only got 6 or 7, or any excuses that people can make to try to downplay us. We want them to do that because at that point it's just us against the world. Like whether that's in LA, whether it's in the Big Ten tournament and the NCAA tournament, like we're just going up with the same mentality.
I know you guys are in the here and now, but have you had a chance to think about where the program has come? Look at the last couple of years, you really, the place was down before you guys got here. Have you had a sense of what that means in the big picture of all this stuff?
Yeah, I mean, big picture is just a reflection of just like what we've done so far. And you want to be happy about that, proud about that, and still stay in the moment. So really that balance between like, yeah, we did some really big things since we got here, and just this senior class is just being our last ride with Coach Green and this program, and how bittersweet it is, but we want to try to end it as sweet as we can. Just really just doing something big this year and not just stopping with the 8-game winning streak or the success we had in the regular season, but taking that to the playoffs.
And if you beat one of these teams you're playing this weekend, or both of them, again, that's another notch, right? And you feel like that too?
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know the history between playing top 5 or 6 teams in the country, but it's probably not that much at Illinois. And so just being able to do that and continue to break records and make history here at this school, I mean, that's something that can never be taken away. Like our names will always be in the history book for these things that we're doing. So I feel like that just goes a long way, honestly.
Speaking of history, I mean, now to pass those 2 teams that both went to the Sweet 16, that won 7 in a row, to be the one that did 8, what does that kind of mean from that historic perspective, to be that team that did that?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I didn't know that, so it's just the history that we're doing. I think it's because we're not chasing those things. We're not worried about those things. We don't even know those things. We're just playing our hearts out, playing together, playing united, playing for Coach Green, and the success is following that. So I think just our preparation and how we go about our everyday work, whether it's a win or a loss, like we prepare the same exact way. Like Coach Green is still on us in 30, 40-point wins. She's on us. And it's like, but that keeps us humble. That keeps us centered and grounded to know that like there's always better. There's always a step better. So I think we just take on that personality from her and then just go into the rest of these games.
I guess just what have you been emphasizing ahead of UCLA? What's been kind of talked about ahead of this trip?
Yeah, we was off yesterday, so today will be our first day. So we haven't had film or practice or anything yet, but really just a belief. Like we all have to believe that we can go there and do some big things. And I feel like if all of us on the same page, that's the first step. And then we're gonna have to really play well. Like to beat those kind of teams, like you can't have that many mistakes. You have to play well. Hopefully we get our 3 points going. Like really just have an all-around game, offensively and defensively, and that's how you knock a high-ranked team on their home court.
With Jazz's injury, you might be seeing Corey get a few more minutes in the rotation. What do you think she can bring with extended minutes?
Yeah, I mean, Corey's been getting minutes in and out since the injuries all happened, and I think she's been more confident in practice. And I think, like Coach Green said, like when Corey has good practice, she has good games. And even when her good games, it's not so much like maybe on the stat sheet or even scoring, but it's just the productivity that she gives us, just the hustle plays, the rebounds, and things of that nature. So, I mean, Corey, she has a bright future ahead of her, and just having this experience this year with us seniors, I feel like it's going to really help her too.
You're playing 2 historic programs in California. Should the goal here be to make you guys would be that, try to reach their level? down the road. So you have that be the idea.
Definitely. I mean, we want to make this a marquee program. I mean, one that's in the Big Ten, that's constantly in the top four, constantly fighting for Big Ten championships. I mean, to go from the very bottom to now fighting for a double bye in the tournament, I think that's a testament to what we've done so far. But yeah, we're just trying to set the foundation, and like everyone that comes after us just increase and do even more and better than us. And so when we come down as alumni 10, 15 years later, like we can look back and say, wow, like maybe this was a team that started the foundation. Now it's laid for everyone else to come after.
What's that process maybe look like with Corey, just bringing her along, you know, as a veteran? What's that kind of look like, and, you know, have you kind of embraced that opportunity to do that?
Yeah, I mean, me and Corey, we actually hung out a lot this past spring and summer. Just, we didn't realize we had so much things in common and alike, and I feel like that helped us just off the court to now be able to be honest with her on the court. And if you would ask her, she would say, like, I'm very honest and direct with her because I know that she could take that. And I feel like she takes criticism well. She takes, like, learning well. So I feel like that's a really good key in her and a good characteristic of her. But I just think Corey, she really has a bright future. She has a really high IQ for the game, and she's very strong. She has a strong build, kind of like Dow. Sometimes she's lifting more in the weight room as a sophomore and a freshman, and that's, you know, we're seniors and stuff, and I can't touch the weight that she lifts, but just that body that she has, I feel like that could really cause problems for other guards.
Gotcha.